7 struggles that the liberated women face. But first, watch the intro.
Welcome to the Anthony Spade channel.
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, I want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, I want you to press the notification button, the subscribe button, and the like button at the end. Okay, today we're going to be talking about 7 struggles of the liberated woman. All right. Nowadays, a lot of women are running around free. All right. They're having sex with a lot of guys. They're hyper sexually active disorder they've came up with. But no matter how free she feels, she still struggles in 7 ways. And today we're going to go over the 7 ways that the liberated woman face. Let's get started. First, all the guys thinks that she's always in the mood to have sex. One thing about liberated women, what they do is they love to talk about it. They love to hang around guys and bring up all the kinky stuff because it makes them feel like they are in control. See, when women start talking about intimacy and kinky stuff, guys get aroused. Guys are quick to talk about it. This is why women like bringing it up. It's because it puts them in control of the conversation. So a lot of liberated women love talking to the guys about it because these are typically guys that they're not going to be with at all. So they like to tease. They become the homegirl. They become the girl like that guys can mess with, but they don't tell nobody. Before you know it, she done already slept with all the guys that she knows. But all these guys are programmed not to talk about it. So she starts to get a name behind the scenes that she don't see because she thinks all the guys are her friends. So now every guy that she comes across that affiliated with the next guys are gonna all think that she's a thotty and that she's down to have sex with. That's the thing. Once a woman goes liberated, it's hard for her to get back her innocence. She's gonna be in more cat fights than normal. Liberated women are always arguing and fighting with another girl. You'll notice that the most promiscuous women that sleep around with the most guys are always in cat fights with other women. And you want to know why? Because women have discovered their superpower is their sexuality. That's a woman's superpower, is her sexuality. So all these women are using their sexuality to gain power. That when they get around other women, they're sizing each other up to see who's going to be the most slutty versus who is the best looking. So if you're the best looking and you look the most sluttiest, then that's going to be a competitor to the liberated woman, because the liberated woman leads the entire environment, leads the conversation, and rule men through sexuality. So when she comes across another girl like that, which is typically more women like that than actual innocent women, there's always going to be a cat fight because all of them are always aiming to dominate the situation. Next, she only knows how to flirt. A liberated woman only knows how to flirt, so she's always stuck in dating the beta males, because eventually the alpha males get wiser as they get older and they become more smarter. But the liberated woman only knows how to flirt because flirtation is what she's been using to get ahead in the dating world. It helped her to get away with things so she doesn't have to be held accountable for her actions. Liberated women always knows how to sexualize herself to gain power. Next, she becomes addicted to sex toys, all right, which puts a lot of pressure on the guys that she's actually having sex with. See, women start to think, all right, I'm liberated. I can sleep and I can sleep with any guy I want, but it doesn't work that way. She's just sleeping around trying to find a guy that's going to give her an orgasm, because orgasms is what controls women. A man controls a woman when he gives her an orgasm, but she's been using a machine to get an orgasm. So when she goes out and she's having sex with these guys are under pressure to do the same thing as her machine, but the machine is designed to do things that a man cannot do at all. He's not even supernaturally built like that. So women use that as a superpower. Like, I could just go home to my machine to make a man feel bad. And it's kind of like, all right, you're going home to something that's programmed to be superhuman and you're making a man feel bad because you're addicted to a machine. That's where liberated women fail at. They fail at the fact that you only use sexualization to gain head on men, but when men are desensitized to you and you're forced to use your brain, she can't do anything. So when she falls addicted to these sex toys, it consumes her brain. So now she'll never be with a guy, and she's left being a slut for the rest of her life because she's chasing an orgasm that a superhuman would never be able to give her. Next, she don't have any real friends. The liberated woman never has real friends. That's what you have to understand about these girls. They're going to change their friends every month, and then that friend is only going to be there for a temporary period of time. See, slutty girls that meet each other, but that's only to gather information from each other to see exactly how slutty they are. So she'll know this girl will do more nastier stuff to gain attention over me. And this is why they don't keep a lot of friends. It's because they all need to rule sexual wise. So there's always a competition with beta males that are going to follow them. You have to understand, women only fight around beta males. They don't fight around alpha males at all. If you go and look at all these YouTube videos and you go and look at all these gas station fights and girls showing up, there's nothing but beta males around. Why? Because that's what they're competing for, is the attention of the beta male, because the beta male is easier to control. So the liberated woman doesn't keep any woman around her because she becomes the girl that can hang out with all the guys. See, the most liberated women have guy friends that they hang out with, because if they can't get the alpha male they want, then they fall back on the guy that they already know. So there's no need for female friends because she needs to surround herself with people that can appease her hypersexuality whenever she needs it. Next, her neighbors do not like her. See, liberated women that always got a man coming in and out of her house, they neighbors learn not to like them at all, especially female neighbors. If you ever hang around a woman that you think is over sexually active, or a woman that you're just dating and this is your first time going over her house, pay attention to her neighbors. If she does not get along with her neighbors and she said this neighbor is like this and this neighbor is like that, I don't talk to anybody in my neighborhood, that's because she sleeps around with a lot of people. When women start seeing other women, especially older women that got their things together, start seeing younger women be sexual liberated like that, they lose respect for them. So the neighbor doesn't want to talk to women that are always sleeping around a lot because they feel like those girls are not good women at all, especially a mature audience that grows. Now, if she's in like a college dorm room and things like that, that's a different ball game. If she's living in a neighborhood where it's nothing but young people, but we're talking like 30s and the 40s, if that woman doesn't get along with any of her neighbors, it's because she's sleeping with too many guys. Next, it's hard for someone to keep up with her on her sexual level. Now, this is a problem that a lot of these women are going to face because they've been with too many guys, too many different personalities, too many big guys, too many tall guys, too many rich guys, too many poor guys, that she's experienced everything sexually, that her brain is desensitized. All right? At some point, the liberated woman would not be able to pair bond with a man at all, not even sexually, so she's left to go to females. When you start seeing them going over to the female side, chances are they've been with so many guys that they know they've done every sexual thing in the book, that they now need someone to catfight with to stimulate them. And that's what women do. When women cannot be stimulated sexually, the next thing they're stimulated by is self-destruction, which is why they become very argumentative. They become good fighters. They're always looking to fight. That's why you see so many YouTube videos, again, of women fighting their own kind. It's because these are typically women that have been over-sexualized. They done slept with everybody. They done did all the nasty stuff. So in order for them to get a high, in order for them to get dopamine actually released through their body, it's going to require them to fight. That's the thing about women. This is why you always see so many promiscuous women fighting. It's because they can't get that through sex anymore, because their brain and their body has been desensitized. See, the same girl that may go and get the big dildo to stretch her body out, right, to make her feel good, now she needs a man like that. So once her body has been stretched out, her orgasms are mechanically inside of her head, that it requires a machine, she goes to other women to get the complexity of arguing and fighting with each other, and that stimulates her and gives her dopamine. All right. And these are 7 struggles that the liberated woman is going to face on a day-to-day basis. Now, if you want to watch these type of videos earlier, my videos, you could go over to my Patreon. I'll put the videos over there a couple of days in advance. The link is in the description. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully I was able to deliver the message today on 7 struggles of the liberated female. Hasta la vista.